we are the children of man, and we shall inherit both heavens and earth. And we
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Scorpion buildcraft guide or guide stream. It's been a long time since we've done the Scorpion thing. I'm tripping over my tongue over here. How's everybody doing? It's been a while since we've seen Hanzo, aka pre-Scorpion. Yeah, Street Fighter 6 has been awesome. I made it to 5-star gold ranking last night in ranked matches, and I've been trying to balance that with Diablo 4. Obviously, these huge releases all coming out at once, just as my channel is hitting 1,000 subscribers. I got a lot of busy gaming things going on, right all at the same time. And then we have Final Fantasy 15, 16 coming out very soon. Checking that out as well. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's just all gaming all the time. It's tough. It's tough. Anyway, we're here for Skyrim today. So, yeah, we were working our way through the Companion's quest line last time, and we got up to the point where now it's time to be inducted into the little inner circle here. We're supposed to be meeting Skjor under the Underforge at night. So now it is 4:47 p.m. Not quite nighttime. Let's go ahead and wait 3 hours. So in the chat, who we got? We got the N King. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you, buddy. We have Mr. B who says fatality. Welcome, friend. Hope you're doing well. We got the left-handed Jedi. Hello yourself. And I think I saw Magus in there putting some shades on earlier in the chat. So welcome everybody. I hope you're having a good start to your weekend. I am having a good start, having just woken up, you know, about 40 minutes ago. Slept in a little bit. Had some trouble sleeping, but that's all right. That's all right. Supposed to meet. Oh yeah, here he is. He's just a little late. Skjor, more like snore, am I right? It'd be cool if Scorpion could become a flaming werewolf like the abomination from Darkest Dungeon. Hey, there's something. I haven't played Darkest Dungeon yet. I think it's on my list. I think it's in my backlog, actually. Man, this year has been a really, really bad year for backlogs. I think I got 1 or 2 games maybe crossed off. But then as soon as Resident Evil 4, the remake, came out, it was like, all right, that's it.
Not now. The Underforge.
Nothing left.
Tonight.
Yeah, it is tonight, and it is the Underforge.
Not now. The Underforge. Tonight.
Should have waited 4 hours. How are we doing on food? Mildly hungry, moderately thirsty. Okay, let's take care of that. There we go. Oh, sorry for spoilers in that case, but really, that's just a dude, not a plot point. Oh, yeah, no, don't worry about it. I think I'm well beyond the statute of limitations for spoilers on that game. Any spoiler that I see at this point is my fault, not yours.
The Underforge. Tonight.
I hereby release you of any
Not now. The
wrongdoing or
tonight.
responsibility. Okay, are you ready now?
Are you prepared?
Jeez, are you prepared? I've been waiting here for you like the whole night. All right, ready for whatever test is next.
No test, new blood. This is a gift. Come inside.
So yeah, I think, all right, so I try not to focus on one character. I always try to have 2 going, kind of like the Sith, right? So right now my 2 are the Nemesis Arcane Archer and then Scorpion, obviously. I think I might have had my last build stream for Nemesis. He's just about ready. He's concept complete. They're just I don't know, I want to say like a half a dozen more word walls I got to find, then I got to do the Thunderchild thing, but I think I found a pretty awesome shout from Thunderchild that works really well, just a single word of the geomagnetism shout.
We take matters into our own.
It's like all I needed.
To reach the heights of the companions,
but I do want to check out the rest of them, make sure that
are you prepared to
I'm getting everything that mod has to offer before I put a little bow on him and put a video out for him. So that's gonna leave room
very well
for another character, and I'm thinking we haven't had a sneaky character in a while, so probably we're gonna be going with the Stormcloak Assassin, the Stiger, which means like predator in the old Viking tongue. And that's going to be like kind of a scout, so like an outdoorsy sneaky assassin type. Maybe a little bit of alchemy just for like field potions and field dressing and maybe some poisons here and there. But mainly like sneaky with the dagger. But I think the main like wrinkle in that is going to be the shamanism wrinkle. So for the Stiger, for the Stormcloak Assassin, I'm role-playing wise, I'm having him born under the sign of the Shadow.
Yours was not an easy transformation,
which gives him kind of a
so congratulations. We
makes
even
him
have
sort
a
of
celebration planned for you. There's a pack of werewolf hunters camped nearby.
an
at Gallows
outcast
Rock. The Silver
amongst
Hand.
his like other
I think you've met
superstitious
them before.
Nords,
We're going to
right?
slaughter them.
So he's always
All
been
of
kind of a
Lead on. Skior's
a
already
pariah,
scouting
a social pariah, but they also recognize the need for his skills. So they sent him off to like live alone out in the wilderness for however long it takes until he becomes strong enough to be able to sneak up and kill a saber cat on his own. And then once that happens, he gets to rejoin the ranks of the Stormcloaks and become sort of the go-to assassin for one of the divisions of those forces, right?
The Silver Hand have taken over the old fort at Gallows Rock.
So there's going to be a
There isn't
shamanism
such easy prey.
aspect to this, and I'm kind of taking cues from Senua from Hellblade, where it's like just severe isolation and loneliness is maybe causing a little bit of insanity, and also forcing him to turn to
You were born into the pack.
worshiping the
almost
gods
envy
and things, and like
First time.
paying more
was the
attention to the
most
voices in his head. It's like,
intense.
is
You gave us
he
even more trouble than
really
Farkas
talking to
did
the
in his
gods? Is he
first
really talking to the dead from the other side, from the nether realm, I guess, since we're talking about Scorpion here, from the other side, or is he just going crazy in his solitude, in his isolation? But in order to execute on this, I think I'm going to be using the ritual stone from Andromeda, and that will add a little bit of wrinkle to the gameplay, but also
You have the
a
blood
little more of a
will
challenge,
form.
especially out in the
You'll need
wilderness,
to build up
because
your
if
strength
you
before you can call on it again.
wolf
Just be careful
spirits
where you do it.
while you're fighting
Some cowards
wolves,
in this land
those
can't
wolf
stand the
spirits
sight
are
of
actually going to
glory before.
join that wolf faction against you. So it's going to be a little tougher. I gotta figure out how to deal with that. But also, I want to try to incorporate the triumvirate shaman spells a little bit as well. So it's going to become like a weird little shamanistic Nightblade. But I think the magic and stuff is going to be more inert than it is going to be like explicit. Or innate, not inert.
Nothing.
Can we just move the
Then
quest along here,
It doesn't
Ayla?
last. The more we feed, the greater our prowess will grow.
All right, let me make sure I have everything I need. Pray. Let's go ahead and
We
pray
could
to
perhaps
Lecky
discover
before we
even
get out
more
here.
Gifts of her seed.
Battle meditation. What is this? It's been a while since I've played Scorpion as well. Battle meditation. Here we go. During prayer, you may spend 5% favor to gain 12% melee damage for 10 minutes or 5 battles. Cost 5% favor. Okay, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. All right, let's get Phoenix Strike ready to go. Everything else should be okay. We're going in with the swords. We're not fighting undead, so the whip isn't going to be as effective. Do a quick save here. All right, let's go get our butt kicked. I remember this guy being pretty strong. Again, it's been a while since I played this guy, so I'm a little bit rusty. Let's try not to stay in one place for too long because I know that there's a crossbow up here.
I cannot best.
Okay.
Come on.
Hard to see in the fog here. Oh, missed a timed block there. A little bit late. Just a tad. Don't want to block the power attacks, but that's okay. We're okay. All right, that went well. And look, we only have 4 more battles with 3 or more people in them in order to unlock Red Sand Dance, which is the racial unlockable ability from Imperius. Here we go. Oh, there's a treasure chest up here too that I want to get before I move on, just so I don't forget. Gail, welcome. Happy Skyrim Saturday to you, friend. And Squared Zeus, how's it going, buddy? And GG Jolteon, 69. Nice. Hope you're well. I am well. How are you doing there, GG? Well as well, I hope. All right. Actually, that Ancilial Warbow looked like it could be worth something. Money still matters to this character at the moment. He's still got training to do. In fact, I wonder, have I unlocked Dushnik Yal and Morka's Gore yet? Dushnik Yal is open, so I can get one-handed training from him. But the other one over here is not. So, yeah, we still have Master one-handed and block training to do. Once that's done, we're going to have Destruction and Alteration training to do over at the college. So, yeah, money is definitely a thing. We also need enchantment fodder to level that skill up. I found that paying for training and enchanting is a waste when you can just pay for the soul gems.
Cowards must have locked the place down after
Tend to get just as much
Secure
training from
You
that,
can
and you
taste
get to
the
sell
fear.
the stuff off afterwards. All right, this is a tough encounter.
Is someone
Let's
there?
try to get this guy.
I'm on fire!
Ouch. Okay, got flanked somehow, even though my back was to a wall. All right, come on. Okay, bashed him out of the sideways power attack. That's good. Wow, I am slow on my timed blocks today, which is weird because I've been playing so much Street Fighter. You'd think my reactions were on point. Ooh, this guy's tough.
True Nords never back down!
I wonder if I was hitting that corpse there instead of this guy that whole time. His health didn't actually start going down until he moved away from that dead guy. Playing Fallout and eating ice cream? Damn. Well done. Kind of like this guy's dead body. Yeah, so I hit 1,000 subscribers just last week, and I've been accepted into the partnership program. I made my first dollar from YouTube revenue, or YouTube ad revenue, last night. $1. Been live for 3 days. That's way less than minimum wage, but it's okay. It's still just a learning experience for me. Ads are enabled on my content now, so if it gets like egregious or awful, let me know. I'll see if I can tweak it a little bit. Right now I'm just learning how everything works. from what I've seen on my non-premium account is that it's not really any different than Twitch. So I think that's acceptable for me, but let me know if not. Skin pelt. I think I'm still working on smithing with this character. Notice the ad at the beginning now. Okay. There might be a mid-roll in there too. But I might also have control over mid-roll stuff, so it doesn't like cut everybody off. But it also said that it's not going to show up for every user, so it's not going to be super consistent who gets the ads and who doesn't. And obviously, if you have a premium account with YouTube, which I do highly recommend, I've had one for years now, and just being able to watch the content without the ads has been fantastic. Obviously, if you have premium, you're not going to see them. It's kind of like a Twitch subscription, I guess. Oh my god. See, one block from that two-handed guy, and he took half of my health. My god. Alright. We're gonna have to use some paralysis here, I think. Let's get buffed up. Wow, I feel like we're low on healing potions, yeah? Okay.
You're a fool to fight me.
Ooh, okay. Hooray ads, yeah. We'll see how it goes. I haven't had my own like what do they call it on YouTube? It's like it's a subscription in it's like a membership, I think. I haven't enabled those yet. I would much rather take a cut of YouTube's ad revenue from YouTube than take money directly from any of you people. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, we got another crossbow doober out here. Ouch. Okay, from the shadows, huh? Okay, anybody else? Okay, it's a little spongy. We could be doing a little more damage, and that will come with blacksmith skills, enchanting skills, and things like that. We'll be able to use those crafting skills in order to craft up some more endgame legendary gear here. We're still kind of in the intermediate phases of that. Our gear is not super strong, even though enemies are, especially Silverhand. At this level, we're at level 41, so we're no like journeyman, we're no novice. We're up there now, so things are gonna get rough. I mean, with Twitch taking away the ability to accept any sponsorship except the ones accepted from Twitch itself, YouTube revenue seems to be a must these days. Yeah, YouTube hasn't restricted any of that yet, I don't think. There is a checkbox if you have if it's a sponsored video outside of YouTube, so they do track it. I don't know if they restrict it yet. Like if you have your own sponsorship, they're not going to put their own ads on there. Which honestly is a fair way to do it. You're probably getting more revenue from that sponsor than you are from any kind of YouTube ad revenue anyway. So if they just disable ads or ad revenue from a sponsored video, then that's a lot better for the end viewer, right? So you don't have to watch all the YouTube ads and sponsored portion of whatever video you're watching. Let's get rid of some of these bones we're not going to need here. Do we have any large animal bones? Nope, still doing okay on encumbrance, but don't know if I want to take on that feral werewolf. Let's see. I'm late to the party. Will there be any hand-to-hand in this build? There's plenty of hand-to-hand in this build. We actually... So I have a level up that I'm saving, but the first 2 or 3 episodes, I want to say, of the Scorpion Let's Play is very much focused on hand-to-hand. And he is very capable in it. Right now, I'm trying to level, since we're doing the companions phase of his story, I'm trying to level one-handed and block. So I've been doing less hand-to-hand, but if I come into a situation where I feel like I'm underpowered or something like that, then I'll switch to unarmed. And at that point, we can clean house. It does a ton of damage. It's very, very powerful. But right now, we're focusing on the blade and the whip and the block. Do I have the Warlock's Ring? I do. Okay, so this is helpful. The Warlock's Ring is a ring added by the fishing creation that pops up a ward whenever you block. Now, it's a vanilla ward. It's not an Odin ward. I might work on a patch for that at some point if one doesn't already exist, because I would really like to get the Odin ward, replacing the vanilla ward with this ring, but alas.
Time to end this little cave.
Okay. We're gonna need more paralysis here, I think. Come on. Okay, got you. Wow, you guys could be twins. Look at that. If for no other reason than just fashion sense. Oh, that crossbow. God damn it. Okay, now it's time for a level up. Okay, let me think of the ratio that I was using to level this guy up. I think since I was in Companions, I was doing 1 in Magicka and then 2 in Health, 2 in Stamina for every 5 levels. So level 41 now, that would be Magicka. 42, 43 would be Health, and 44 and 45 would be Stamina. So we're doing Magicka right now. And then Health. So we got 2 levels there. Yeah, we can take a look at the skill tree right now. There is a lot of unarmed incorporated in this build. In fact, I think I've gotten everything that I was going to get from unarmed. You can make an argument for Hissing Dragon hooking up fire to your unarmed attacks, and I'll definitely be taking Breaking Waves. That one is kind of a no-brainer. Unarmed attacks have a 15% chance of a critical strike that deals critical damage equal to 40% of your current stamina. If you're affected by War Dancer, every hit is a critical strike, and I think I do have War Dancer. I do. So, yeah, this one is ridiculous. So we do have now an extremely powerful unarmed setup, if we need it. And honestly, I don't know how much farther I'm going to be going down the one-handed stuff either. I just need to get damage output at this point. And that's more going to come from crafting than it is from perks at this point. And block, I think I'm just about there too. Quick reflexes might be a good one, especially since my reflexes are not as good as they used to be. I'm missing a lot of timed blocks here that I would normally get, and I just chalk that up to playing other games in my spare time. Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4. It's been a spoil of riches lately for my video gaming life. Actually, Spellblade might be a good one to take here. Whenever you cast a spell with one hand, you deal 20% more attack damage for 4 seconds. Might just bank this last one. I'm not sure where to spend it just yet. Destruction's going to become another focus. Yeah, I'll bank this one. That Breaking Waves was a no-brainer, though. Okay. Wow, I feel very fortunate to have made it through that. that was a tough fight. The Silverhand are no joke, especially with the equipment overhauls that I'm not sure what overhaul this is. It's some kind of armor overhaul that gives them new gear. Especially with the crossbows, it is rough. But we made it through. Ah! Okay, got a timed block there. Got another one. We missed the bash, but we did get the time block in time for the follow-up swing. Ayla, where are you, by the way? Are you just hanging back and firing bows? She must have got hung up somewhere. Oh well. She'll have to catch up for the scripted moment with Skjor. Anyway, it's nice to have like a sort of a test on his own right now. I think someone mentioned it would be cool if Scorpion could turn into like a pyro werewolf, with which, you know, a pyro werewolf would be an awesome build on its own. But trying to stay focused on the build concept itself, I don't know that there's any room for lycanthropy in a Scorpion build. Feel free to debate me if you're wrong. But I don't want the build to get too wide. Spellblades in general can get very wide on their class, meaning like which, oh my god. This is terrible. Okay, it's a master lock, so I think I'm granted a little bit of leeway here. Oh, it was right there. There it is. God, it was just like a sliver. Only at lockpicking 45, that kind of explains it, huh? She's rubbing up on some bark or something. Yeah. Every lock you break ups your skill. This is okay. Indeed. It makes it easier. She is lurking. Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you for the shout out. Maltheroth has an awesome channel on Twitch. Still playing Diablo 4, right? I would imagine you'll go back to Skyrim at some point. Or are you just all Diablo all the time now? It is addictive. Speaking of Diablo, I got my rogue up to level 51. I'm still getting through the campaign on that. But I've been making pretty decent progress compared... Well, not compared, but especially considering... Street Fighter 6 has been out. I've been trying to play that as much as possible, trying to keep up with the Joneses there. Yeah, for Diablo 4, I'm going with a rapid fire build. Rogue build. Which is tough. It's a little underpowered compared to some of the more broken build concepts in that game.
Is someone there?
Especially for rogues.
Time to end this little game.
Oh, just missed on that one. Oh, the power attacks are like too stubby.
I'm on fire. No more.
Ooh. She didn't even land a single clean hit, but I ended up with 50% health on. Legendary difficulty is tough, man. In case you guys didn't know. Okay, let's hang out here for a second. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and just do a manual wait. This might get Ayla to catch back up. Nope. I don't think Scorpion would be a Lycan from the very little bit I know about him. He's got, yeah, I think he's just got too much. Being like a Wraith from the Nether Realm I think he's got enough going on in the supernatural department that he doesn't need a transformation. That might be a little too much. But I do like the idea of a flaming werewolf, though. In fact, I feel like we could use the Dova language. What is it? Dova Zulon? To translate something like Fire Beast or something like that to Dova Zulon, and that's like the name of the build that would be. That'd be cool. Yes, hit the like button. Subscribe. Watch my other videos. Now that I make 1/3 of a cent from every view, I'm gonna be pushing those views. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Still playing Diablo. Way behind. Guess I had better step it up. I definitely plan to return to Skyrim. Okay. I'm never gonna leave Skyrim behind, but oh my god, did you guys see that Starfield direct? That blew me away. So, okay. I had been very excited for Skyrim. Starfield. I've been high on this game. Ooh, okay. We're getting ready to hit the crap right now, so let's shelve the Starfield discussion until after this fight with the Skinner here. We're gonna need all the help we can get here. Paralysis, yes. Extreme oh, I shouldn't have taken that. That's not fortify stamina. Destruction, yes. Enchanting, don't need. Fortify health, yes please. Light armor, one-handed, yes, yes. Don't think we're gonna need any magicka. Okay, let's do a quick save here.
Is someone there? Hey!
Oh, I'm out of health potions. Damn it. Okay, what do I have in... Okay, we have some extreme healing. That's good. And what number should I put this on? Really could use Ayla's help right about now. Let's see. Extreme healing. And what was that? 4, 5, 6 maybe? Or was this just 3? Hotkey 3. Here we go.
Over here.
Wait, killed you.
Okay, one down. God, crossbows everywhere. Okay.
Enough of this!
Crossbows are an issue. Okay, we gotta get into more narrow corridors so that I can stop the...
Please don't kill me!
That was Krev, I think.
Prepare to die!
Okay, the crossbowman. Somebody's still burning out there. Okay, somebody just got injured. Okay. Now where's the other one? I see him. I see him. Get sliced. There we go. Oh man, 2 very close calls. I mean, okay, I shouldn't be as sweaty as I am right now with this because I have turned off permadeath and I've also turned off Shadow of Skyrim, so we can concentrate on the bow part of this. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still getting nervous about it. I think it's just residual, like, stress from those other ways to play. I still do plan on returning or revisiting to the Shadow of Skyrim stuff, but I think that's going to be its own thing. We'll do that maybe if I don't have a new character concept for a buildcraft stream or something like that. We can just use a more complete concept on that kind of thing, and just treat it as more of a challenge. Oh, I don't have any bone meal. I don't have any bone meal yet. You know what? There are some skeletons around here. I might be able to find some bone meal before I just blatantly cheat. No, that guy's empty. Or I could just put something down, I guess. Oh, no more skeletons, I guess. Alright. Let's just get rid of some stuff. So, the fire beast in Dova Zulan is Yol Sunvar. Ooh, I like it. I remember Sunvar because for the Triumvirate Druid, one of the gameplay combos I used for that was Dova Beast, which was Dova Sunvar. So I had done the research on that, at least up to that point. Take some wolf armor here, except for the gauntlets for some reason. Alright, Ayla, where the hell are you? Okay, so Starfield. Let me see if I missed anything about Starfield. What I've seen of Starfield looks very fun, and I love that melee looks viable, so you can make your space pulp hero types. Yeah, I would actually argue in Fallout 4... What are you doing? Striking a pose? Really? Can't even disable her? Can't even activate her. What the heck is going on here? Maybe I gotta get closer. Ayla, there we go. Yeah, Fallout 4 melee was viable, but you kind of had to pair it with Blitz, right?
The bastards.
And that was actually a fun way to
Somehow
play,
they managed
if you don't
to
mind
kill
being in
Skjor.
VATS all the
He was
time.
one of the strongest we had, but numbers can overwhelm. He should not have come without a shield.
Yeah, Starfield looks
Get out of here. I'm going to make sure we
amazing.
go
Just
to
watched
lab
two other
and see if
streams
there's any
where that
information
conversation
to be
took over.
gotten
Oh
from
man.
you and I have work to do. The silver hand.
Okay,
will
so
tremble in
I
his
was
sight.
excited for Starfield. I felt like BGS was really trying hard to knock this one out of the park after, one, the overhype of Cyberpunk, and two, the underdelivery of Fallout 76, which I don't feel like they ever wanted to do anyway. So this is the next thing that they wanted to do. They were given all the time and the budget in the world to get it right. I really felt like this was going to be prime for Starfield to be the return to form for BGS. It looks like it has, by the way, but I did not expect everything that they showed in that direct. My jaw hit the ground when they, during space combat,
I've been hearing rumors.
they're like, of course you can, you know, blow up other ships and everything, but why not board them and take them over? I was like, what? You can do that? And I think for me and for a lot of other people, the true hype didn't come from what you can do in Starfield, but what this means you're going to be able to do in Elder Scrolls 6. Imagine being able to customize your crew and your ship as like a Redguard, like pirate crew or something like that, sailing around the Iliac Bay, finding procedurally generated islands all over the place, being able to like put out encampments and things like that, and being able to board enemy ships, fight your way through those. I don't know. I'm just super excited. My hype levels were not high for Starfield. I had some very strong expectations about what exactly it was going to be. It took those expectations and it completely shattered them. I am so beyond hype. Okay, so the concerns about it obviously are performance, right? The whole 1,000 empty planets things, I'm not concerned about. It looks like they have more than enough handcrafted content to be able to explore that. And I feel like the planet stuff, I'm going to be on it for like a couple 100 hours doing like settlement building and an exploration and things like that. And then I'll probably never want to touch it again after that. But easily I can see myself putting a couple 100 hours into that and then just focusing on buildcraft or whatever afterwards. But yeah, I'm super excited. It's like they gave me everything that I was expecting, like within like the first 10 minutes or whatever. And then they were like, okay, but you can also do this, and you can also do this, and you can also do this. I was like, what? I'm gonna be playing this game for the rest of my life. Okay, but the point I was trying to make is even with Starfield coming, I am not going to abandon Skyrim. Skyrim is my game, right? I'll probably have to abandon Diablo 4. I'll probably have to take a break from Street Fighter 6, but Skyrim I'll still be doing. I don't know if I'll be doing weekly streams, but I might be doing it every other week because I am going to want to be playing Starfield. I might be streaming some Starfield. We'll see. We'll see where my head and my heart are at that point. But never going to give you up, Skyrim. Never going to let you down. Boy gonna die. Anyway, considering retiring my assassin girl so I can put it in permadeath. Ooh, nice. You're surrounded by dead enemies who presumably have bones. We should be able to extract bone meal. Yeah, and I actually did drop some of the small bones from the werewolf earlier that I could have used to turn into bone meal and then use that for enchanting. Or Drognar in Tolkien's Elven. Ooh, is that something about a fire beast? You need the bone collector perk from Ordinator in order to do it, plus a patch from Hunterborn in order to break them down with Scrimshaw. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I can harvest bones directly from, well, not from humanoid enemies, but from beast-likes and definitely werewolves. I'm terrible. I neglected to properly greet Haster Dremyolok. There you go. Recycle actor. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I just disable enable usually does it for me. Is recycle just a disable enable with one command? Just resets their AI maybe. I mean, it's probably still going to be made in the creation. Yes, it is definitely the creation engine, but it's the creation engine 2.0. It's got some new bells and whistles added to it. But yeah, performance is the main concern for me now. I'm concerned even on a 4090, what am I going to have to compromise in order to get a solid 60 frames per second, right? He said it can get up to 60 frames per second on the Xbox Series X, but that it was inconsistent and they capped it at 30 on the consoles just for consistency's sake. So there is hope. Azadal, welcome, welcome. How's it going? It is going really well. We actually had some very close calls with the silver hand here. 2 moments here I should have died, but didn't. It was close. Not doing permadeath or anything like that, but I still tend to be sweaty about trying not to die in Skyrim. Okay, let's see. It's late. Let's go ahead and head back to Jorviskr now. We'll get some rest, and we'll go assassinate this Silverhand leader in the morning. We'll do our assassination in the morning after a good night's sleep. Assuming that Starfield has a modding scene, empty planets could be a good thing. Yes, indeed. I totally agree. Lots of empty space to put stuff. The thing about that is it may not be as good as you think, because the way, and this was actually tackled, I don't think it was in the direct, but it might have been in an interview with Todd Howard, that he was saying that the procedural generation, the way it works is that whenever you enter like a new planet, the terrain and everything is procedurally generated runtime. So that planet is going to be different for you than it's going to be for someone else. No 2 players are going to have the same experience with a procedurally generated planet. So that could throw a huge monkey wrench in terms of modding for those generated planets. But I feel like modders could add their own planets, or add and remove one of the vanilla ones and add their own that isn't procedurally generated. Something like that. There's still a lot of space to play with. It is the creation engine, like Haster said. So there's going to be a lot of modding. Kind of don't like the look of Starfield from what I saw. Rather play Outer World. Ooh, see, I tried to play the Outer World. I put 10 hours into it on 2 separate occasions and bounced off of it. I'm not an Obsidian guy. I don't know what it is. It's like I want to like it really bad. But something about just the exploration and the combat is not nearly as good as a BGS game to me. Now, the dialogue, the story is great. Dialogue systems are usually hands down way better than the BGS stuff, but the BGS just has, I don't know, it's just more fun. The gameplay loop is more fun to me. And all the time I'm playing an Obsidian game, I just kind of wish I was playing a BGS game. Obviously, that's completely subjective. That's not gonna fly for everybody. Everybody has different things that they like about these games. Respect the hell out of Obsidian for the content and the games that they put out. Just the last one I got through was Fallout New Vegas, and that was like the only like creation engine game that I didn't put like hundreds of hours into replaying over and over again.
I never thought they
I just felt like it was a lot to get through the first time.
But now it looks like they're letting anyone in these days.
The minimum is 1060 and 8 gigs of RAM. Oh, for Starfield? No, it's a 1070. It might be 8 gigs of RAM, but it's definitely a 1070 at the very minimum. Maybe even a 1070 Ti. It might actually be a 1070 Ti if I remember correctly. It's on the Steam page. Also 125 gigabytes. 125 gigabytes of space. Yeah, it's going to be a beefy one. We've been dealing with that with a lot of games, a lot of AAA games lately, though. I'm doing a second era Thalmor build. Hope it goes well. Oh, nice. That could be fun. I do like an Altmore playthrough. It's kind of rare in Skyrim. You don't even have Altmer followers unless you're using like a follower mod or like a follower framework mod that allows you to recruit followers, right? Isn't Fallout New Vegas Obsidian? It is. It definitely is. Obsidian are the devs. Beth is the publisher. Yep, Haster's got that one right. Yeah, Bethesda basically paid Obsidian to do a spin-off in the Fallout universe, using their creation engine to create a standalone game. And Obsidian kind of got screwed out of some bonuses in that relationship too. I don't know. Screwed is kind of a harsh word, right? They missed their review score aggregate by something like 2 percentage points or something like that. So they missed out on. Oh crap! I gotta drop some stuff off here. And they didn't get they missed out on like something like hundreds of thousands of dollars in bonuses because they missed their review score aggregate by like 2 percentage points. Good guy Bethesda would have paid them, but Bethesda wasn't very good back then. That's why it's kind of a good thing that they got bought out by Microsoft. I'm not slamming BGS. BGS is the developer. Bethesda was the producer. Bethesda Game Studios, good. Bethesda ZeniMax, bad. You know how it goes. The money people were making creative decisions, and that's why we got Fallout 76. Not because the developers wanted to do a live service game, even though that's the way they spun it. They had to make it seem like the people signing their paychecks weren't the bad guy, right? At least that's the way I see it. Mirna's Orcish plate gauntlets. Okay, we'll have to go drop that off at some point. It's just taking up inventory space. A lot of hides and stuff to use here. What is BGS? Is Bethesda Game Studios. They're the developers of Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout 3, Oblivion, Morrowind. So Fallout New Vegas is not made by the same people. Fallout New Vegas is by a different studio whom some people prefer. They made Outer Wilds. I think they made like Grounded or something as well. They do a lot of stuff. They're more considered AA than AAA, but yeah, people really like their... Oh, I'm moving this the wrong way. People really like their stuff. I'm just more about the gameplay, and BGS seems to do it better in my opinion. Normally just hear it as Bethesda. Yeah, Bethesda Game Studios are the people who actually work on the game, who develop the game. They write the stories, they develop the art, they do the programming and stuff. And Bethesda, the company Bethesda, not Bethesda Game Studios, they were the publisher. They were the guys who were, they were the business people behind the game. They were the one who promoted it, sold it, packaged it, sent it out. They were like the business side of Bethesda Game Studios, and they were responsible for things like Fallout 76 and horse armor and these egregious microtransactions that started with Oblivion, really, and that ridiculous horse armor. Let's see, I'm probably hungry and a little bit thirsty here. Let's get fed, sated, whetted. Got two swords in the sheath somehow. That just sounds wrong. There we go. Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic was BioWare. They were the developers of Anthem, who, yeah, Electronic Arts made them do a crappy live service game called Anthem, and it almost destroyed their reputation, almost destroyed their entire operation. So we'll see what they got going on with Dragon Age Dreadwolf here. Kind of the same thing that happened with Redfall. Bethesda decided Arcane needed to do a crappy live service game instead of an awesome immersive sim like Dishonored, and it kind of ruined them. And they've lost 70% of their creative workforce now because of it. Luckily, BGS has stayed intact for the most part through Fallout 76, probably because of the promise of them being able to work on Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 after it. So I'm guessing they were kind of given a blank check on Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 if they did the live service game for Fallout 76. Yeah, I don't know what the obsession is with companies and these live service games. I know that they're trying to make that Fortnite money. But they're always doing it wrong. They're always trying to charge upfront for their games. And then they have ridiculous microtransactions on top of that. Fortnite is free to play, which gets like a very wide user base in there. And then they do a really good job of FOMO on the custom skins and things like that. The way Bethesda and Electronic Arts does it, well, Electronic Arts is different because they try to apply their FIFA model to all of their games. Because they basically charge you a full price for a live service game and then charge like ridiculous prices for the customizable aesthetics. And there's so much competition in the live service space. It's like people don't play multiple live service games because it's too much to keep track of. It's too much to keep up with. They can play multiple single player games, no problem, because they don't feel like they got to keep up with anything. They don't feel like they're constantly behind on stuff. Might be quicker to get here from Morthal, but yeah, let's do this. Let's just do this. Oh, I forgot to pray today with Lecky. Let's do that. Don't like 76. The worst part of Horse Armor is it turned Shadowmere mortal. Ooh, bummer. Anthem backfired really hard. Yep. And so did everything. I mean, Fallout 76, I think, was generally successful, even though it did a lot to tarnish the BGS brand. Anthem was very bad. I kind of feel like BioWare was already in a decline at that point with the crunch culture and stuff, and they're just kind of falling backwards into success with that third Dragon Age game. And Anthem had similar struggles, but of course they were being asked to do something they weren't good at that point. I'm a major fan of FromSoft games such as Enchanted Arms, the Dark Souls series, and Demon Souls, including Elden Ring. Yes, I like them too. I played Demon Souls for PlayStation 3, and that wore me out. That game wore me out. So I didn't play another Souls-like game until Elden Ring, and I absolutely loved that game. I put so many hours into it. I beat it. It was rough, but I beat it. But at some point, I'll get back to the other Souls-likes. I like that in 76 they kind of combined ideas from Fallout 4 and New Vegas. Yeah, 76 did some things well. It's what it didn't do well that turned everybody off. It's like Fallout 4, but just a whole lot more stuff. And I think the buildcraft in that game was actually great. The camp for this little settlement building system, I think, was really cool. The cards for your different perks and stuff, I thought was a great idea. It made it so you can switch up your build at any point. Which was fine. This is another game, Fallout 76, I played for 10 hours 2 times each, and I bounced off of it really hard just because it had that online stench to it. It was very online-y. It felt slippery to me for some reason. Like the control felt a little slippery. The way that the enemies spawned was weird. EA pushed Anthem, but the way they made that game didn't do them any favors. Like, they were constantly told about Destiny, but didn't do research until much later. Yeah. And that's not the developer's fault, right? That was the director's fault, I think. It was probably something. Well, it was one that the directors didn't really even know how to do a game like that, but two, it turns out that those directors were kind of terrible people anyway. Just not good. There was some lower level people that were doing a lot of the heavy level, like the heavy lifting for BioWare for a long time, I think. Can't wait for Skyrim 2, Back to the Tomb. Yeah, welcome, Ensign. Fallout 5 is coming, but probably not for another 10 years at least. They still have to develop Elder Scrolls 6, and then Fallout 5 might be coming directly after that. Todd in his latest interview was kind of wishy-washy on when Fallout 5 was coming. I hear a saber cat. Here he is. All right. The interview that he did with Ryan McCaffrey for IGN, the old one, he said, yeah, we're gonna do Starfield, then we're gonna do Elder Scrolls 6, then we're gonna do Fallout 5. And then Ryan McCaffrey tried to make him confirm that Fallout 5 was coming after Elder Scrolls 6, like right away. And Todd was like, well, what I meant there was it was coming sometime after Elder Scrolls 6. He didn't want to commit to Fallout 5 being the next game. So we'll see on that. I don't know that they have a strong plan for the game that they want to do next. I think they're entirely focused on Starfield, making sure that that's ready to go, because that is a very important game for Bethesda Game Studios, and it's a very important game for Microsoft. So they want them all hands on deck, making sure that game succeeds first and foremost. That is where Sild the Warlock is. He may be playing a bigger part in Hanzo's story in the future, so I'm going to avoid that place like the plague for now. Don't want to touch that yet. I think Sild the Warlock is going to be more like a Quan Chi character for Hanzo in this playthrough. He's going to be the real culprit behind the atrocities that happen to Hanzo before he becomes Scorpion. I just gotta work out the motives. Obviously, with any Dark Warlock like that, power is the ultimate motive, but still gotta work out the details on it. It's like how movie studios after the Avengers tried to push their own cinematic universe, but they didn't put any thought into it. They were just money panicking. I kind of feel like that's what happened with DC. They tried to do an Avengers copycat with like the Suicide Squad or whatever and the Justice League, but kind of the only way they made it their own was by putting like a dark filter over everything and making everybody talk all sad and grumbly. Not the best way of doing it. It didn't have the same entertainment value that the Marvel stuff did, in my opinion anyway. But even before the Avengers, I feel like people were chasing the... well, the Avengers was a more expanded part, right? A more expanded archetype. But, you know, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, all of those. Avengers was a little bit different because it had movies for each individual superhero, right? And those movies were all really good. And then they brought them all together to form a team, which was awesome because then you got to spend all the storytelling and all the lore and everything focused on what that team was going to do to work together to fight some big, super powerful villain. You didn't have to worry about having to spend any time on exposition for all the different characters because you've already done it in their own movies.
This is the end for you.
But I feel like that was still just an expansion of the archetype put forward by... Oh, I missed with the Phoenix Strike. I gotta get better at that. Oh, out of stamina. That's dangerous. Come on. Come on. No. Okay. He's just gonna stand there and block and let me fry him to death with my flame cloak. That's cool. Conclusion, companies just do things. They're like a dog chasing cars. Yeah, except for the cars are big blocks of money. Anthem was a very bad copy of Warframe. Yes, absolutely. Rykon made a bow build in 76 and it was quite OP and without sneak most of the time. Oh, that sounds pretty cool with Akira. Yeah. I hadn't watched that one. Is that a permadeath? That series? I think it was, right? Or was it just him playing that game? Just like a roleplay, let's play like the Leonidas one. I think at the time that came out, I was still kicking around whether or not I was actually going to play the game, and I didn't. If I haven't played a game that I'm interested in, I will avoid the Let's Plays of them because I don't want any spoilers. I want to experience all that in my own play and not somebody else's, right? So I usually only watch Let's Plays of games that I have played and know well. Or at least games that I played well enough to not worry about getting spoiled about a key plot point or something. It was supposed to be permadeath, but he just kept playing. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I thought it was supposed to be a permadeath thing, but that makes a certain amount of sense. There's so much that can happen in an online live service game like that that you can't prepare for, so I can see why he just want to keep going with that. I'm also planning on doing an Arctic Dragon Priest and have Dukon as my follower. Ooh, that sounds really interesting. How are you gonna manage getting Dukon as a follower? Did I just level up again? Very nice, okay. Mammoth cheese. Oh, I thought that was troll fat or something. I don't need the cheese. I guess we'll eat it. Don't mind some stinky cheese. I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, there was there's a side path that goes up there. Let's go check to make sure there's just not another chest or something up there. Orcish Club, not enchanted. I think you can force to. Well, yeah, you probably. That's why I was asking. There's a mod that allows them to be your follower. Okay, great. So if there's a mod that specifically does it, that's cool. The other way you can do it is just to have like some kind of generic follower wearing the Dukon mask and just kind of roleplay that he reverted back to his human form from like that Dragon Priest Lich form or whatever. Eternal Fire, that's really expensive, so I'm going to take it, but I think I have that one already. It's what I currently have on my katana. Yeah, so that would probably be the way that I would do it. And you could do that in vanilla, right? Just give a vanilla follower the Dukon mask. Just roleplay that he's reverted Dukon form. That'd be cool. All right. So let's go see what's next with Ayla. Sorry about all the fast travel here. We're really focused on fleshing out the story and the build of Scorpion here than we are doing any kind of like deep roleplay or survival stuff. So fast travel is an option for me on this stuff.
What can I do for you? Good luck out there.
With Konarek's accoutrements, you can give the Dragon Priest armor as well. Ooh, nice.
Tamriel! And there it is, friends. The ugly truth. We are the children.
So still left to do in this build. He's coming along nicely, right? We got the teleport thing. We got the get over here thing. I think what I might want to do is get a whip with a paralysis enchantment on it. Because usually that harpoon move, that get over here move in Mortal Kombat is a combo starter.
I don't think anyone.
So having a paralysis enchantment on the whip. So what I'm thinking is I can blast them with the pull through shadows and then have a whip snap ready to go for when he gets there. If it has a paralysis enchantment on it, there's a chance that it'll paralyze the enemy as they come in, and then you can switch quickly to unarmed combat and finish them off with the fists and the feet.
Excellent. Looks like
Which I think will be a very
Keep
fun,
this up.
effective, and very strong, potent combo that we could use. We do need
The silver hand has been one group
paralysis enchantment. I'm not sure we have that yet.
Get it back for the honor of us all.
But basically what I'm doing here is I'm still trying to level up. So 5,000 is probably not enough to... Let's, retrieving Luthrat. Yeah, let's do some enchanting. We'll build up some sell fodder, the stuff that we can sell off for money, and then we'll head over to Dushnik Yal, do some one-handed training if we have any left to do. 5,000 gold ain't gonna cut it right now. If we don't have any left to do, then we'll find the Orcish stronghold. I think it's called Morkazgur for the block training. There's a mod for a Konarek follower, but I don't see one for any of the Dragon Priests. Okay. Role-playing that Dukon's daughter and the mod Konarek allows me to wear his attire and mask to augment my frost spells. I see. So there's a mod that allows Zakrosis as your follower as well. Might not be on the Nexus. I think Ozadal mentioned that he said it, or they said it might be on Nexus. Wasn't sure though, so it might be on something like Bethesda.net or maybe on somebody's Patreon. Sounds like maybe something that's not on the Nexus. My guess. Oh, I don't need that stuff. I need this stuff though. Elven Boots of Stamina. Sounds kinky. I looked on the Nexus and didn't see any but the one. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Sorry about the boring crafting. Necessary evil, I'm afraid. We're getting pretty close to 100 on enchanting, though. That is one of the key skills that we're using for this build. So it'll be nice to get that capped off sometime real soon here. Do I have paralysis? I don't have paralysis yet. Let's keep an eye out for that whenever we go to a shop or whatever. See if we can find something with paralysis on it. This won't take but a few more seconds here. The light enchantment comes from Summer Mist. Maybe it's Winter Mist. Whatever the newer enchantment overhaul is from Anai. I think it's Summer Mist. No, actually I think it's... No. Winter Sun is the... Winter Sun is the religion overhaul. I think Summer Mist is the new... Maybe it's Winter Mist. I don't know. Summer Mist or Winter Mist. Whatever the enchantment one is, the newer one. Not the old one. Light comes from that. And it's one of those that... You can put a petty soul gem on it, and it has the exact same effect as if you would have put a grand soul gem on it. So that's why you see me using that whenever I have it. Use up these lower level soul gems. Get some use out of them. Of course, now we're up to commons, and that doesn't... common is way stronger for a lot of this stuff. So basically, when you're trying to level up enchanting, you want to create the most valuable thing possible for the enchantment and the equipment you have. And that will level up your enchanting level that much faster. But you want to do it in a way where you're taking the best advantage of the soul gems that you have. And if all you have are light and petty or lesser and petty soul gems, then things like light, perception, disease, immunity, poison immunity, those things will, or water breathing is another really good one. Those are the things you want to use your low level gems on. Oh, I didn't use any of the gem dust on that. Oh well. Common stuff I can use to refill my weapons. Yeah, look at that. That one's already still full. That was all I needed, huh? Put the soul gems away. We'll put our crafting materials back in with the ore and the ingots. I got a pelt. And some wolf claws. Got a large bone. Okay. Sell some stuff off. We'll go get some training. And then we'll go get these shards of Wuthrad for Ayla. Summer Mist is the new one. Okay, I thought so. I didn't think that he would name something Winter Mist and Winter Sun so close to each other. Mods make your PS4 cry? Oh. Oh. Yeah, Sony BGS players kind of got the shaft. They have been getting the shaft for a while. So, sorry about that. In terms of mods, you don't get the good Rim stuff. Modders do well with what they have for PlayStation, but not nearly as good as the stuff that you can get on Xbox, unfortunately. Fans the flames of the console wars for sure. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm selling stuff. Selling. Let's check for Khajiit caravans if they have some good alchemical ingredients that we can use from the rare curios creation. Nah, they're not out here. That means they're either in Markarth or on the road between somewhere. The Konarek follower actually looks pretty interesting itself. Is it somewhere along the same lines as the Mirak follower mod? From what it looks like. Winter Sun Faith, Summer Mist Enchanting. Yeah, adding to the confusion of that, there is a Winter Mist Enchanting, but that's like one of the older ones. That was the original Anai Enchanting overhaul, I think. Winter Mist is a thing. This is so confusing. Winter Mist, Summer Mist, Winter Sun.
Good to see you. Blades, helmets.
Okay, let's see if she has anything with paralysis on it. Not that one. Not that one. Domination? No. Alright. We'll keep looking. 680. I don't want to beat out the extra $300 from that ebony bow. Might be possible to mod the Konarek follower mod to use whichever dragon priest you want. Seems like stats and worn armor change.
I'm sure
okay.
You'll find what. Hello.
It seems
friend.
fairly simple.
In the market. An archer, huh? I've got just what you need.
Not anything heavily scripted. Except for maybe the encounter itself. How about you, Elrendir? Do you have anything with a paralysis effect on it? Curses. Depleting. No. And eternal fire. Just the hunting knives. Might actually take a hunting knife, though. This lightweight knife seems to have no particular advantages. It is unusually reflective. Yeah, we have the dwarven one. I think that works fine for us right now.
Thank you very much for your visit.
The Mirak follower mod seems to just make him available as a follower, but it does add to that scene, right? Or it modifies it, where Hermaeus Mora kills him at the end.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
There's a slight change to that scene where I think the Dragonborn is able to save him.
We got plenty of steel for fighting men.
Winter Mist, Summer Mist, Winter Sun, Summertime, and The Living's Easy. There you go. There you go. One build I want to see in action is water using Trident Caster as a Meomer. Yeah, I used to have the Elemental Destruction Spells mod in my last mod list, but I felt like it didn't add anything that really changed gameplay, so I didn't include it in my current one. But yeah, that would be cool. Having different element specific sneaking is twice as effective. Builds would be great. So I might have to rethink that. There are patches and stuff that go along with that, though, that I hate patching stuff. Patching mods is such a pain. I try to avoid it as much as possible.
Good doing business with you.
You could be a Meowmer. Like a G. I had a Meowmer test character that was a weather mage. A trident using character sounds interesting too. Yeah, like an Aquaman type thing. An elven Aquaman. Actually, I played Aquaman in the Injustice game. It was a fighting game made by the Mortal Kombat folks, but using DC characters. And Aquaman uses a trident in that, and he was a lot of fun to play. I kind of wanted to do a rendition of that in Skyrim at some point, but yeah, that would entail the need for some kind of water spell mod.
My poor Fralia thinks Thorad's still
At least
alive, but I know better. Yes, lad. You've been raised. I can fashion whatever kind of weapon you want. Finest forge in Skyrim.
Well, let's do a sword
here.
then.
A blade. It will be as sharp as Fralia's tongue. We Greymanes got just as much to be proud of as them Battleborns. But you won't see us with our noses in the air. Gods be praised.
There's the Aetherius mods that includes the Meowmer custom race. Okay. Yeah, race mods are also a pain, if I'm honest. Especially if you already have a race overhaul installed. Patching, man. Patching. I'm very averse to change in my mod list, which keeps me up and running for years and years with a single install, right? But it also means I miss out on some cool new stuff from time to time.
Ascended from flesh to rule the
Is that Danica? No Danica out here. How am I doing on money? We're getting there. Training is very expensive at this level. But they aren't like massive spells, I see. Basically a Poseidon build, yeah. Hey Tom, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Got a good start to the weekend, I hope.
Good to see you.
Berengar, my man.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Take your soul gems. 39, 64, 186. I think I can do one more soul gem, maybe a common one. Speech. I'll take it. $120 left. Do I have anything else that I can sell? No, not really. All right.
It's been good talking to you.
My experience with playing a custom race in Skyrim was downloading the Predator mod, loving it, and then discovering I couldn't complete the Dark Brotherhood quest. Yeah, there's so much that's depends on race and like the vanilla scripts and things like that. Yeah, always check the logs on any mod, really. One of my favorite magic mods is Arcanum, and the bug list on that thing is fierce, like really fierce. But as long as that's like okay with you, like I went through all the bugs, I was like, okay, I think I'm okay with all this. There are a couple of places to avoid which are modded in. I think there's an Oblivion gate or something like that, that if you try to go through it, it crashes your game. That's added by the Arcanum mod, but as long as you don't go through that gate, you're fine. You still get to take advantage of all the other spells, which could be spell defining.
So you're an alchemist then?
And other than that, I haven't found any other spells that actually crash your game or anything. So some of them don't always work the way you would think, but for the vast majority of the time they do. And there are a lot of like duplicate bugs on there. So a mod might be buggy, but that might be okay with you depending on what those bugs are. But I do always highly recommend checking out the bugs in the posts, as Haster mentioned. I also have a mod that allows you to slay the whole Thieves Guild. The mod is called Slay the Thieves Guild. Fitting, right? Some stuff that I'm not going to be able to use here. Now, as a spell sword type build, there's not a lot of potions that are completely useless to me. So I end up keeping a lot on hand, even though, I may not need them. They are useful. Let's get rid of the skooma while we're at it too. Don't need that. Don't need all this booze we're carrying either. Oh, excuse me. Got the hiccups.
Be careful out there.
I don't want to slay the Thieves Guild. I just want to arrest Maven Blackbriar or marry her crazy alchemist daughter. Either or. Yeah. What's her name? Ingrid, maybe? Ingrid Blackbriar? She's kind of hot in a really scary way. What are we doing on cell fodder? We still have a few. Let's head over to Markarth. We have some good... we can check for the Khajiit caravan over here too while we're at it. Don't do skooma, kids. Indeed. Brush your teeth, eat your vegetables, not in that order, because, the fibers from the vegetables get stuck. Go to bed on time. Do your homework. But don't do skooma. It's bad for you. I was going to check for the caravans out here. Although IRL skooma is quite tasty, and the cookbook is made from vodka mixed with simple syrup and dried apricots. That does sound good. I don't drink at all, so I have actually no idea what vodka tastes like.
Not only that,
but the simple sugar and the... The dried apricots combo. Sounds like it could be a very tasty treat.
It is a pity. But fortune smiles upon this meeting. Take a look.
Now, it's become a habit of me just to go ahead and buy any and all alchemical ingredients that any of the Khajiit caravans have after the AE update, because of the rare curios creation. They have alchemical ingredients that really boost the effects that they have, so you can create some very strong potions from these ingredients. Even though the effects are like the same, the resulting potion will be much stronger than what you get in the vanilla game, rivaled only by the Hunterborn mod. So that's a pro tip for you. Anything else I can sell off here while I'm at it? Doesn't look like it, huh? Need everything else.
May your road lead you to warm sand.
So let's go to Dushnik Yal and see how much training we can get for this 10,000 gold, which kind of a paltry sum at this level, but we'll see what we can get. I always marry Isolde. She's the best wife you can marry since she gives you the most gold. Interesting. I think there are other wives that that allow you to buy and sell things from her. She has like merchant services or whatever, which does help to have a separate vendor. But
you'll never compare to me.
The gold that she just gives you as your cut of what her business is doing, I didn't know that was the highest. Makes sense though, since she's training to become a merchant or whatever. Okay, got 2 levels out of it. We're still at one-handed level 86. Yeah. Well, that's the best we're gonna do, I think. All right, so where are these fragments of Wuthrad that we're chasing down here? I don't see it. Is this gonna take us to? Oh no, it's over here. Fort Fellhammer, huh? All right, we can go do that, but I do want to drop off all these alchemical supplies first at Ryek's End. So let's do that. We have a lot of ingredients taking up encumbrance. Vodka doesn't actually have a distinct taste. That's why most of the time mixed with juice was... I gotcha. Okay. Makes sense. There's an Elder Scrolls cookbook that has various foods and drinks and how to make them. Yeah, I know a few people that kind of frequent the same Discords I do. They have it and they've tried some stuff in it. A lot of people have some good stuff to say about it. Some mixed reviews, but for the most part, the stuff that's in it is pretty tasty from what I've heard. Getting encumbrance down, it's still a little higher than I would like, probably just because of all the potions and stuff that I have. Let's do better about using those. That orc is part of the saber hand. He hunts saber cats just like the silver hand hunt wolves. Interesting. Oh, because of the mantle. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Stu made a thing or two from the cookbook during the last Dovapalooza. Oh, cool. I drop in from time to time on those. I've never actually sat through the whole thing. But that is a cool idea to be able to do that. Wow, where did the day go? It's 6 o'clock already. But whatever, we're ready to take this on. Now there is a Fort Dunstad, I think, over here that I would rather not have to fight my way through to get to Fort Fellhammer. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a carriage. Where am I right now? Yeah, let's just head over to the carriage stop over here. And we'll take the carriage to Dawnstar, and we'll go south from Dawnstar instead of north from Silverdrift or wherever that was. Oh, okay, I think I have to go to the actual carriage stop, because I think Dawnstar is a vanilla stop for the guy
Need a
here.
ride? Where do you want to go?
Dawnstar, please.
Climb and back, and we'll be off. Oh, there once was a hero.
So yeah, that's pretty much the agenda for right now. For Scorpion is we're trying to get one-handed and block all the way up to 100, or at least up to 90, and then we'll just level naturally from there. We're at 86 for one-handed. Block, I think, is lagging a little bit behind. We're kind of hamstrung by how much it costs to do the training now, unfortunately. 1828. Let's see, 655. Let's see if they have a paralysis weapon that I can actually afford down here.
Does your Skyrim ever get warm, husband?
No, not really. Seems like no one is getting.
Sorry to interrupt,
looking
but
to
I'm
protect
on a
yourself
schedule here.
Or deal some damage.
Chrome, absorb 75% or 75 points of armor. Dimming, sneaking is twice as effective. Depletion, drain 600 points of charge from equipped weapons. Steel hunting knife. Nothing doing.
Come back
It's
if
pretty
you need
rare.
to.
Paralysis is pretty rare. But it's rare enough that you really want to explore all your avenues to find it. You want to make sure you're checking vendors whenever you can. You might happen across it naturally, kind of like organically in a dungeon, in random loot. Probably not on an enemy, but in like a chest somewhere. For sure. But even that is exceedingly rare, so you gotta really do your best to look everywhere for it if that's something that you want to take advantage of. Which I do for this class, for this character, for this build specifically, I would say. Yeah, so character versus build versus class, right? It's kind of an interesting conversation. Ice wolves, huh? Don't like fire.
I fought worse than you.
Ooh, he got me.
Clear that.
Don't have to worry about getting rock joint or anything at this point. Because we are technically a werewolf, we have the beast blood, so we are immune to any other disease. Also means we can't get the well-rested bonus, so that's going to slow us down a little bit on our training. Do I still have the warrior stone installed? I think so. If not, I need to do that for sure. Yeah, the warrior stone. Here we go. Looks good, looks good. Yeah, so character versus build versus class. So let's start with class, because that's like the most limited thing, right? The class, in my opinion, my definition of these things, the class defines what skills your character is going to be using, like your race and your skills, basically. The build is a more specific thing. It's how you're going to use those skills and your equipment and the specific spells and stuff that you're going to use during the playthrough. And then your character is your build plus roleplay. So things like story, character background, character personality, character motivations, things like that are part of your character concept. So class is what skills, that's the framework for the build, and then the build is fleshing out that framework with what specific equipment, spells, armor and stuff you're gonna wear, what specific standing stone you're gonna use, the abilities from that, things like transformations. Oh my gosh. Okay. More paralysis is needed. Extreme healing is done. We did want to make better use of our potions to help with encumbrance, right? I think we got injured. Let's take care of that. Elixir of regeneration, yes please. We need a restock in the worst way on these health potions. What else we got? We got block, light armor, one-handed active. We don't need any resists. Regenerate stamina would be a good one. Definitely do that. Let's not forget about our Phoenix Strike that we have here. We do have that active. Good, good.
Can't wait to count out your coins so I can stab you in the back.
Yeah, come stab me in the back then. More poisons. Well, luckily, there are a couple archers here, but they're using regular bows instead of crossbows. The arrows travel a little slower from the bows, and they don't have the ignore armor, or ignore half the armor effect that the crossbows do. And in my experience, they do a little less damage than the crossbows. So the crossbows are definitely the deadlier of the two. So we were fortunate to be getting archers that are using bows instead of crossbows here. Okay, we got them all. Good, good. Loot all the guys. Nordic arrows, those are valuable. We'll take some of those. All right, let's get in there. Ooh, looks like we're going upstairs to the captain's quarters. We'll go ahead and do the whole dungeon underneath there too. While we're at it, Hanzo's discovering why crossbows were banned by the Pope on a different planet. Yes, indeed.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
I'm just gonna stand there and take it, huh? Well, I got tactics for that too. Yeah, it turns out flame cloaks are really nice against enemies who just want to stand there and block all day. Who'd have thunk it? Here's the fragment we're looking for. Now these Varla stones, I haven't been able to get them to work in my game. I think there's a gist patch for it. The Novice Guide uses gist, G-I-S-T, as a way of managing where your souls go, and makes it so that you end up not wasting, like say a grand soul gem on a petty soul. which is very nice. It's a very nice quality of life mod that I would recommend. But I think it makes it so that the Varla stones and stuff from the anniversary edition or even the Creation Club makes it just so it doesn't work at all. I'm sure there's a patch for it somewhere. You aren't afraid to win from chip damage. Yeah, I'm not afraid of that cheese, you know. That cheese icon or the chip icon. Hey. That's all you're gonna do is turtle all day. I'll chip you to death. I don't mind. I don't mind a tick throw. That stuff used to get you like stabbed in the arcades back in the 90s. Cheap throw tactics in Street Fighter. Need a patch for it. It's for the rare curios and gist. Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and link it. I'll take a look at it later. If it's an ESL, I'll just go ahead and drop it in. Doesn't make any sense that it's in the game and I can't take advantage of it, right? Don't know why I have the sword out right now. Thank you, Aster. Appreciate you.
Ascended from flesh to rule the realm.
Apparently when Street Fighter was new, you could be banned from arcades for attacking dizzy opponents, which is ridiculous to me. Yes, absolutely. It turns out there are viable tactics that aren't like cheap or overpowered in any way. It's like we've all learned how to deal with like the dizzy. We've learned how to deal with throws.
My poor Fralia thinks Thoran still. Gods be praised.
But yeah, people didn't like it. And if you were a 9-year-old playing like a high schooler or something, you might get your butt kicked for doing stuff like that. Now you just get like, you get flamed over PSN or Xbox Live or whatever you're using, or Steam, if somebody doesn't like the tactics you're using. But I take that as like a compliment these days, you know? If I pissed off somebody so bad in Street Fighter that they have to go out of their way to send me a flame message, then it's like, I feel good about myself. I feel like I did something right. I'm surprised it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened to me yet in Street Fighter 6. I haven't gotten any angry messages yet in Street Fighter 6. Which surprises me because I've been a total bully with Marisa using her
campaign yet.
She has a lot of chip damage if you charge up her special moves. She's got a lot of armor that can blow right through stuff.
Good work, Shield brother.
Once you get somebody in the corner with her, it's a bad day for them. So I'm surprised I haven't pissed off anybody bad enough to send me hate mail. Kind of disappointed about it too.
My advice, always be honest with the old man, but don't tell him anything he doesn't need to know.
Okay. We are moving right along in the companion's quest line here. So the overall story structure that I'm using for Scorpion here is that obviously he was a sellsword for a while. He was a mercenary. Did a good job at that. Used his unarmed abilities to great effect. Got that all leveled up really high. And then he decided to join the companions where they welcomed him with open arms. Kodlak specifically did.
Yes, youngling.
This is where he learns the way of the blade and the whip, and not so much the way of the fist.
Thank you for
Oh, I gotta have a seat.
I hear you've been busy of late.
And this is where he really makes a name for himself in the companions.
Lad, I know what you've been up to.
So once we get through the companions quest line, he's going to be like a renowned warrior in Skyrim, and people are going to want to come to him for training, and that's where he
knows better, and so should you.
Launches the Shirai Ryu. We're going to use a hearth fire, property in Falkreath. That's when Jarl Siggeir sends him a message saying, hey, you've made a name for yourself in Skyrim. I have room in my court for a Thane. We have some really nice property for sale. Why don't you come check it out? And then he's going to be like, oh yeah, you know, I've always wanted to start a property, like have some property, start a family and all that. So I think that's going to be the next leg of the journey for Scorpion, or Hanzo at this point, after the companions. So we're going to work on getting our Hearthfire property all set up. We're going to be working on recruiting members of the Shirai Ryu. They're all going to have yellow hoods, just like Scorpion. And then at some point, Jarl Siggeir is going to threaten to take his property away and leave him like homeless and without any place to go for his students if he doesn't fight in the Civil War for him. So at that point, he's going to join the Imperials. He's going to be out at war. He's going to do that whole thing, and when he comes back, he's going to find everybody at Lakeview Manor slaughtered. His whole clan, his family, all that, going to be dead by the hands of a cryomancer. A mysterious cryomancer. He's going to find ice shards lying all over the place, pools of melted ice. And at that point, he is going to be killed by an ice shard himself. And he's going to wake up in Oblivion, probably through one of the Creation Club content. There's a place you can go to Oblivion, I think, in Arcwind Point. I got to look at that. But he's going to fight his way out of Oblivion there.
The witches didn't lie.
And that at that point he becomes Scorpion, the Spectre, the Wraith, and ceases to become Hattori Hanzo. That's a different Hanzo. Hanzo Hazashi. Hattori Hanzo is the katana crafter from the bladesmith from Kill Bill. Excellent series of movies. One of my favorites of all time.
That is their choice. But I am still a true Nord, and I wish for Sovngarde as my spirit home.
Oh, so we're starting up a guild? That's awesome. Indeed.
That's what
we're going to be role-playing it. I don't have a mod that allows you to start up your own guild or anything specifically, but
magic ensnared us.
We'll be role-playing that.
Their magic can release us. They won't give it willingly.
But that's what's next after the companions.
Their foul powers by force.
And this is part of the character concept outside of just the build itself. This is the role-play considerations and the story for the playthrough. Something that the Nemesis Arcane Archer doesn't have, but that Hanzo and Scorpion has plenty of, which is cool. Hattori Hanzo would be a pure smithing run, no quests, indeed. Or although it would be cool to have like a female, like blonde, swordsmaiden.
Good. Now move quickly, and don't leave any
that you follow around and just gear her up really well. Provide moral support for. Be interesting. It'd probably be a pretty bland playthrough, right? Probably wouldn't have very long legs on it. But it'd be an interesting concept nonetheless. All right, we got to go take care of this Glen Moral Coven. Actually, let's get some rest first.
Might head down.
Get a full 10 hours. We had a rough day today. You can tell from all the blood on the armor there. Fallout 4's limited story would be perfect for the bride, depending on, or pretending to be a lawyer in Boston as a cover story. Hey, that's a pretty cool idea. And with how her reflexes and stuff work, I think that would be a good reason to use VATS with like the Blitz perk, slicing and dicing with a katana. Although in the vanilla game, I don't think you can have any katanas unless something was added by the Creation Club for that game, but there are mods you can get for that. And the Assaultron blade is kind of close, about the closest you're going to get for the katana. Man, what a good series of movies. All of them were just so good. Man, all the way out here, huh? Okay, well, it looks like Henderheim is the closest we're going to get. Probably need to eat and drink some water here, too. Before we move on any further. I think I killed the guardian of this place off stream. This is kind of a tough fight, actually. She's a tough character, especially at low levels. All right, let's get back down to the path down here. Oh, did want to eat and drink though, and probably pray to Lecky while I'm at it. %130%. Nice. Make sure we're making use of that too. I'm surprised we haven't died yet, actually. We've come very close, so I'm not tooting my own horn or anything. There are a couple of times we should have died, but Silverhand's tough on legendary difficulty. At this level particularly, it's like right at a bridge between when either your character becomes overpowered or the enemies are just scaling beyond you. And right now I feel like, especially with the Silverhand, they're scaling a little bit beyond me. Even though we do have some strength, the enemies are still kind of spongy. We don't have our endgame gear where it needs to be in terms of damage output. I don't think we're very close to the armor cap yet. Or not, no. We're almost a third of where we need to be for the armor cap. So, especially in terms of gear, we're very underpowered at the moment. Oh, we got dragons now. I forgot. Okay, frost dragon. Let's do some resist frost, some resist magic. Don't have resist frost ready to go. I'm sure I have some in here though, because I have 1,000 different potions I can use. There we go. Paralysis poison is not going to work very well for this one. Might need some destruction. Definitely need some block. One-handed, I think we already took, right? Or did I miss that? Go ahead and do some one-handed on there. Paralysis poisons are not going to work for this, so we're just going to do some regular poisons. Deadly poisons sounds good to me. Okay, that hurt. Still would rather take shots from his wing than his snout. Vigorous healing, I think, is what we have right now, right? Let's use up some of the weaker stuff before we start using the hotkey. Hello again. Had to step away from a while. How is everyone? Oh, we're going pretty well right now. Fighting a dragon, which is kind of a challenge at this level on legendary difficulty for sure. At least he's a frost dragon, so he's not resistant to our flame spells, right? Let's get some more poison on here for when he does land, which he's got to be getting close to. Yeah, there we go. Try to stay at his side here. There we go, and he goes down. Chugged a lot of potions there, but that's okay. That's what they're there for. And they're kind of necessary on legendary difficulty. Okay. Was this our first dragon? Are we gonna get a shout from the Greybeards at this point? I don't remember. Yeah, that was our first dragon. Look at that. All right. Dragon blood is very powerful, and actually, alchemical ingredients from dragons are extremely powerful from Hunterborn. If you have that installed, definitely enable the corporeal dragons in that. You'll get some very powerful alchemical ingredients. Really good stuff. Can't wait to make some OP potions from that. Yeah, that went pretty well. Dragon fights are always something that you have to worry about because they present a unique challenge. They're not always the hardest enemies in the game, but just because they fly most of the time, and they pelt you with very strong elemental magic. Actually, I don't want to tackle this just yet. Don't want to get sidetracked from our current mission. They do present a very unique challenge, so you have to make sure that your elemental resistances are up to snuff, either through enchantments, potions, or both. In this case, we were able to use potions and... what is this? This has to be a Creation Club content type thing. How am I doing on encumbrance? In this case, I was able to use resist potions, both resist magic and resist frost, along with the dodge roll, which has some invincibility to keep the damage from just constantly depleting our life bar. And then, of course, health potions and poisons. So that's good. That's a major milestone for this character, his first dragon. That being said, I don't think that the main quest is something that the Scorpion, the character of Hanzo Hazashi, or Scorpion, is going to be taking as a huge priority, but that's something that we can do later on once the character concept is complete, to kind of test his strength, I think. And there are going to be... we do want the flame spell, and that is locked behind the main quest at a certain level, because you learn that from Parthenax, at least one of the words from it. What's up, bruh? Do a quick save here.
I am waiting for a good death.
A good death?
Yes.
Had a whole series involved around this.
It would not please Malakath.
It's tempting to enable corporeal dragons, but immersion says no, because they're not corporeal at that point. They melt. I mean, technically, if you can get in there fast enough before they... oh my god. A troll.
Oh well, must have run up.
If you get in there fast enough before they just melt away, you could probably get some stuff, right? But you have to be really quick. And even in the vanilla game, there is a mechanic for dissecting a corporeal dragon in terms of the alteration ritual quest before you get the master level spells. You need dragon heart scales, which is a corporeal thing. So there is precedent for it in the vanilla game, at least. I mean, obviously, I'm just rationalizing being able to keep a broken mechanic in my own game, right? But at legendary difficulty, I feel like I need all the help I can get, especially in terms of damage output.
If you are not here to grant me a good death, then you can leave.
Well, I was here before we were so rudely interrupted by the troll. Welcome, Exvinokne. I'm sorry. I feel like your name is completely impossible to pronounce. You can correct me if you'd like. Zvokne? Don't bother. Okay. Zvokne. Is what I'm going for. Which I think I came pretty close, but I also drooled profusely in the attempt. Okay, so let's see. You don't look like that. Perhaps I could give you the death you seek.
Perhaps. Are you sure about this?
Yeah, man, let's rumble.
We shall see.
Hanzo is always looking to... Oh my god, I'm glad I did a quick save. I feel like he got right through my block. Oh, that's because I didn't have block active. I had something in my hand.
For a good death. All right then.
Fight this troll first. Where are you, trolly troll? Ooh, got the second one in there.
Well, must have run off.
All right, man.
If you are not here to
Let's
grant
do this.
me a good death, then you
I
can
demand a
leave.
rematch.
Perhaps. Are you sure about this?
Yes.
We shall see.
Come at me, bro. It works better when you're actually blocking stuff, huh? See, I thought I was blocking, and I thought I had the timed blocks working well too, but I had that spell in my left hand. It was just charging up the spell instead of blocking. So that's why it took me out. So if you needed any proof that I was indeed on legendary difficulty, let that serve as Exhibit A. Come on. Okay, probably gonna need some magic resistance here. There are the Glenmoral Witches, along with Hags. Hag Ravens, anyway. Okay, let's actually pray to Lecky while we're at it. I always felt there should be more with that old orc, like maybe his family messaged you after his death and that gives you a small quest. Or even like, oops, I didn't actually take the buff from Lucky here. Or maybe that actually gives you access to the orc strongholds or something because you were able to best like one of their warriors, so it's like, okay, you're strong enough, you're in, bud. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I feel like I need to, I'm gonna have to take a snack break here pretty soon. Let's see if we can get through this cave first, and then I'll take a quick snack break. All right, that was pretty good loot in that one. Okay, let's do resist fire, resist magic. We'll do some poison on here too. Resist magic, resist fire. Let's add resist. I think I have more resist magic. Yeah, I have a bunch of it. Gonna need to mix up some more resist fire too in case there are more dragons. Destruction, sure, why not? Block indeed. One-handed, yes, please. Light armor is going to be less of a concern because I don't think we're going to be taking much physical damage here. And let's get some poison attached here. We'll do the deadly poison here. Not getting the audio feedback on the block bashes for whatever reason. That happens to me every now and then. Okay, one down. How many are the? I think there's like 5 or 6 of them. I think 5. We'll get them all. Gotta get them all. Glenmoral Pokemon. Yeah, we got some audio feedback on the bash. We're doing on encumbrance, good. Do want to get back to Phoenix Strike. Can actually use the harpoon here too. Ooh. Oof. All right, that hurt. Okay. Glacial Fortress, not something that our Pyro Spellblade is going to take any advantage of, I don't think. Shrine of Hircine. Hircine is actually a fantastic, very powerful deity to worship in Winter Sun. Basically does nothing but just make you stronger in combat. It levels up really quickly. You gain favor extremely quickly with Hircine because you gain favor simply by defeating strong enemies in open combat, which if you're not a sneaky character and you're playing on legendary difficulty is all the damn time. So you tend to get up to that maximum 200 really quickly, and at that point you get just constant buffs to like ignoring armor, damage output, all that good stuff. Hircine's great. Mr. Vokne. Hey, that's a little easier to pronounce. This should be simpler. Indeed, indeed. Okay, gotcha. Vokne. I like it. Rolls off the tongue. Ooh, giant one, huh? Let's get some poison on this guy. Phoenix Strike is still not active. Not ready to go yet, that's fine. Three heads. Three Grenmoral Witch heads. Ah ha ha. Gotta love the count. Okay, do we have anything to disenchant here? I hear another Hag Raven. It must be in another room. Amplify Conjuration. Not gonna need it, but I will take the progression in enchanting nonetheless. Okay. I think we got two left, I think. That one goes back outside. There's one room here and another one over there. Okay. Feel like I could use a refresh of resistance potions here too. Yeah, definitely. That stuff's all worn out. What are all the bags with the lights you're picking up? Oh, that's from the Leviathan Axe mod. That was part of the Nulvis guide when I did this whole thing. I think that mod is actually hidden right now, unless the mod author has unhidden it. But it's pretty cool. It mods in the Leviathan Axe from the God of War series, the last two games. And those are like materials, crafting materials that you can use to augment the axe in certain ways, crafting new hilts and stuff for it. Pretty cool mod. I was kind of bummed to see that he had hidden it. I should do a Kratos build at some point. That would be fun. But there are other Leviathan axe mods, just not one that adds the those crafting materials like that. More poison, please. Can the Leviathan axe be thrown? Not this one. There are mods. There are other mods that you can get that actually allows you to throw the axe. Those ones might still be active, but not the mod that I have. Okay, we should be good to go now. Chop, chop. Oh, we got a T-pose. I hate that. That's a vanilla thing, actually. That's not any kind of mod conflict. There's a good chance in your vanilla game that if you take a Glenmoral Witch Head, they'll get stuck in a T-pose like that. Kind of annoying, but what are you gonna do? Also, longtime lurker and subscriber, keep up the good work. Oh, thank you. I love hearing from people who've been subscribed for a long time that tend to lurk. I have nothing wrong with lurkers. I'm a lurker myself most of the week. But yeah, it's good to hear from you. Glad you're enjoying the stuff I do. Speaking of stuff I do have a bit of an alchemy guide coming out this week. I just need to do the thumbnail for it. I know my content hasn't been coming out very fast lately. I've been very busy at work, and also the Street Fighter 6 and Diablo 4 releases have sidetracked me, to say the least. Was that all that you get out of this room, is just the Glenmoral head? I feel like there's one room in here that always disappoints me on the stuff. Maybe there's something under the water or something in here. No, I don't think so. All right, I think that's it for the witches, though, right? Cool. So there goes the optional part of that. Now we do have plenty of Glenmoral Witch Heads for anybody who wants to be cured of lycanthropy, Hanzo included. Maybe the Glenmoral witches are Hereditary fans. Ooh, I have not seen that movie yet. It's on my list. The wife and I actually just got done watching the new series of Black Mirror. It's better than it has been. I don't think it was as good as like the first 2 or 3 seasons or whatever. That first season was just mind-blowing. The second season was also fantastic, but then like it started to go downhill after that. I think after the Americans started taking over production of it. It was pretty good though. The season was good, just wasn't as good as it has been, in my opinion. Better than it has been recently, not as good as it has been in the past.
It's always good.
Need to stop making pop culture references. I know of Hereditary. I know of it. Isn't that like a series too? Isn't it part of like a bigger series of stuff? She's completely tapped out money-wise. I feel like it had some sequels or prequels, or Hereditary was a prequel of something. Was it that movie just called Witch or something?
They can barely tolerate our
These two aren't the problem.
Finally had the nerve to
What the hell happened here?
We got most of them.
These two aren't the problem.
Silver Hand. We finally had the nerve to attack your bastard. We got most of them. I think a few stragglers.
Okay. Oh, it's on my list of things to watch. I do love horror movies.
Where have you been? I hope it was important, because it means you weren't here today. The Silver Hand.
They finally found enough courage to attack Jorvaskr.
We fought them off. But the old man, Kotlak, he's dead.
Was anyone else hurt?
No, but they made off with all our fragments of Wuthrad. But you
Damn
and
it.
I are going to reclaim them.
I worked so hard
We
to
will bring the battle to their
collect all
camp.
those things.
There
All
will
right.
be none left living to tell their stories.
Damn right.
Only songs of Jorvaskr will be sung. We will avenge Kotlak. and
Feel
they
my
will know
fiery
terror
rage
before
and
the end.
cower. Silver hand. Wipe out the silver hand. That to me is not optional. That to me is like, what are you even doing if you're not wiping out the silver hand, right? Are you even playing Skyrim? Are you even a companion? Driftshade Refuge. Luckily, we just found Fort Fellhammer, and that's just right down near the foothills, so it's time when the Radiant engine actually pays off. I know what you're talking about, the VV, which is not related to Hereditary. They just feel very similar. I see. I thought they were both in the same universe, but the Witch is freaking incredible. That's another one. That came out a long time ago, and I've never seen that. I got to make it a point to do it. I got to make it a point to watch that one, because that looked really scary when I started seeing all the previews for it. Back when that was new. That's one of those that had like a really long marketing period. I felt like every movie that I went to for like 2 years was playing the trailer for that Witch movie. Man, I need to get back on my horror movie kick. I used to watch like all of them, but there's so many really bad ones, right? That it's really kind of hard to separate the grain from the chaff. All right, Lucky. Need your help again here. Still got plenty of favor. We're good here. Let's get, let's see. Do I have the Labskeever perk? I want to find out. Let's try this. Be helpful if I do, because I could really use it. Do not have Labskeever. Okay, that's probably for the best. Oh, because we don't actually focus on alchemy for this build. That makes sense. So just have to do alchemy the old-fashioned way. All right, you bastards. Watch me get one shot now by the crossbow guy. Oh, Phoenix Strike. Can I Phoenix Strike the guy way up there? Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Hey, we got a new subscriber, Mr. Vokne. Thank you very much for the subscription. That helps the channel out a lot. Actually, we just recently hit 1,000. Huge milestone for the channel. So thank you, Mr. Vokne, and everybody else who has subscribed and been supporting the channel for so long. It's been a long journey to 1,000, that's for sure, but we did it. We got there. Man, being able to use Phoenix Strike to teleport up to a higher level, that's kind of a game changer, I think, especially against these crossbow dubers. Pains in my ass. I was looking for a channel that's putting up new interesting character builds for some time. Yeah, I think I have new interesting character builds sorted. Yeah, we're doing good on the new character builds. It's the I wish I had more time to do them. The next one will be the Nemesis Arcane Archer. That might take a couple weeks yet to get out, but that is underway for sure. They take a little while to come out, but rest assured I am always working on them. Ouch. Freaking crossbows. Oh my god. 2 shots from an invisible crossbow guy. Alright, we gotta ignore the dude coming at us, and we just gotta go right for the crossbow. If we can even find him. Although we do have predator vision now because we are a werewolf. That's cool.
Is someone there?
Oh, got us in the air. Really? Vilcus, you want to help out a little bit? That would be nice. Okay, he's in there now. What mod does Phoenix Strike come from? That is Forgotten Magic redone. Highly, highly recommend that mod. Very cool. And it levels up on its own. Ordinator doesn't do a whole lot of work on the Forgotten Magic stuff, but you don't really need it. They have their own perk system. So, Forgotten Magic redone. Okay, what am I looking for? I am looking for healing. All right, come on. Got a nice timed block on him there. Oh, we got more, huh? Missed the block on that somehow. Oh, slice Vilcus there. Get some attacks of opportunity on the back there. How am I doing encumbrance-wise? Not great, not great. You want to maybe get out of the fire? That would be great. Can't forget I do have a level up to fall back on if I need it. Definitely need the healing potions, that's for damn sure. Oh, going right for Vilcus. Vilcus actually pulling his weight a little bit this time. Oh, I keep missing that power attack. Out of stamina. Okay, let's figure that out. With Wildcat, the mod, the combat overhaul Wildcat, stamina is very, very important. If you're out of stamina, you are severely gimping your own damage output while severely buffing your enemy's damage output, so make sure you're all topped up on that as much as possible. Yeah, Forgotten Magic tomes, you find them in random loot, or on enemies specifically. You're not going to find them in chests or anything like that, but you do find them on enemies that you kill. You can't find them at a vendor anywhere, so you kind of have to luck into getting the Phoenix Strike if you're not going to console your way into it, which is fine too. But because of its random nature, it can be hard to find a specific spell that you've been looking for, and Phoenix Strike tends to be fairly rare to find. I got lucky with Scorpion here. It's going to be a main part, like a key part of his build for the sort of teleport that he does in Mortal Kombat. So was fortunate to find that fairly early on, actually. Let's do a quick save here, just in case we run into something we can't fight our way out of. Whoops. I know this is riveting, watching me fail over and over again at unlocking a door.
Never should have come here.
Oh yeah?
You're mine.
Okay, that was Vilcus back there.
I'll kill you if I have to.
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
Well, I think that this guy would be considered a fool. Definitely could use that extreme stamina. blowing through it pretty quickly.
Over here.
There's someone there?
I'll have your head.
He's coming in hot. Got through my defenses a little bit on that power attack. Oh, he's backing me into a corner here.
Another day, another victory.
Indeed. Okay, I gotta really start watching my encumbrance here now. Scaled helmet is very valuable. We'll take that. Don't need the horse heart. Could do without the mantle, I guess. Okay. We're getting through it, guys. We're getting through it. This is a tough dungeon, especially on legendary difficulty. We're handling it. It's not easy, but we're handling it. Gotta be tough being Hanzo's buddy. Yeah, especially with the stray sword swipes that tend to light you on fire for the duration of combat. It is tough. Okay, there is a trap trigger around here somewhere we gotta be careful for, I believe. Don't need the torch. Yeah, right over here. I think there's a swinging grate trap or something right around this corner.
Mine. Get him.
God, I keep missing with that power attack. It just doesn't have much range. Let's get in behind. There we go. Yeah, with Wildcat, if you have attacks of opportunity enabled, both you and your enemies do more damage if you're attacking from behind. Amongst other situations too, but that's the one that's the most controllable. Oh, I'm over encumbered, I think. Oh no, close though. Don't need the bones. That'll save us some room. Dare I? I need to trigger this trap. Well, it's not worth it. It's best to use an arrow, fire an arrow at this thing. I don't think it will trigger with magic. Nah, it doesn't look like it. I might be able to get it with unrelenting force, though. Haha, look at that. Genius. Now how do I get out of here? There's got to be a chain or something that I can use. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, Vilcus. Again, it's got to be tough to be Hanzo's buddy. Although, I more so blame his idiotic AI than any kind of lack of consideration on my part.
What was that?
Huh?
Thought I heard something.
Let's see, do we have any crossbow guys? I don't think so. Getting some nice block levels in here.
You won't get the best of me.
Got bled somehow.
Your end draws near.
Watch it there, brother.
He's still upset about the foos that I got him with there?
That's the end.
Because I didn't hit him with a sword this time. Oh, I'm injured though. Okay, let's take a break. In game, not in real life. I think I'm good to finish out the stream. Only got another 20-some minutes anyway. Still nearby, huh? There we go. Let's get over this injury we have. We'll get topped off on everything else. And we are at 1:33 p.m., so we should be good. How are our needs doing here? Got anything red other than the beast blood? No, we're good. I think I looted all these guys already. Definitely want that healing potion though. Ooh, the rear guard. This is block, light armor. Definitely can use that. Potion of Magicka might be useful against dragons. Oh, and there we are. We are encumbered. Let's find a barrel or something. Now we'll just plop some stuff down on this guy. That ought to give me enough. Okay. Moving on.
Never should have come here.
Really? Alright, what keeps hitting me? There's got to be another crossbowman. Yep, there he is. Finally getting the reactions back on those timed blocks. I got that one on the bash, which is actually like the fastest attack that can come out of an enemy or a player, really, the fastest physical attack. And I nailed it. So yeah, the reactions were a little rusty earlier in the stream, but they seem to be doing pretty well now. Talk to the werewolf brute? I don't think so. Something tells me that's not going to be the greatest conversation.
Huh? Time to end this little game.
Yeah? You can try, buddy. God. Silver weapons really hurt. Get him, Vilcus. Nice. I feel like there was another one out there. How much do I need to lose here? Oh, we got it. Okay. Just had to get rid of that heavy-ass mammoth cheese, I guess. Alright, let's do a quick save just in case. Getting through a lot of tough stuff here. Skyrim, a dystopian hellscape where only one person can jump. That's too true. Actually, I've seen Chief Yamars jump off of that little Phoenix Strike active. Do not.
What was that?
Ouch. Wow, that really freaking hurt. Dodge, Hanzo. Oh, that's Vilcus. Sorry, buddy. I thought you were the bad guy. I keep whacking Vilcus through this guy for some reason. Okay. That's where something like true directional movement with the lock-on system would help a lot. I don't know why, but Skyrim, whenever I'm trying to attack an enemy in front of me, it seems to want to prioritize the friendly NPC behind them. It's really annoying. Or it'll, oh, I don't want to sit down. Talk about prioritizing weird stuff. Or it'll prioritize like a corpse on the ground or something, and I'll end up hitting something that I'm not meaning to hit. But TDM also like changes the game in such fundamental ways that it doesn't really even feel like Skyrim anymore. Kind of conflicted on it. Okay, this is going to take some doing here. Let's make sure that we're all buffed up from all the potions that we can do here. So let's get the regeneration going. Fortify health, indeed. Make sure that we have some healing potions ready to go in the quick menu. I don't think we're going to need any magicka. We're going to be mostly focused on combat for this fight here. Let's do some paralysis though, just to take an enemy or two out of the fight as soon as we can. I don't think we're going to need any magic resist. Let's do some fortified block though. Do fortified destruction for the cloak. Fortified, this block is way better than the one that I already took. Fortify light armor. Fortify one-handed. Everything else should be fine. Regenerate stamina. Those are for selling. Enhanced stamina. We'll do that. Okay. I think we're ready to go. Do I have Phoenix Strike ready to go? Yeah. Let's see if I can land it. Indeed I can. Let's get the crossbow person out of the way first. Paralyzed. Yes, indeed.
Are you prepared to die?
I'll knock your head on my scratch. That's it. That's all you've got.
Ooh, Blazing Strikes is awesome. I love Blazing Strikes. So this mod this comes from the Odin mod, I believe. And what it does, or not, that wasn't Blazing Souls, it was Blazing Strikes. For 60 seconds, power attack inflicts a burst of fire, does 97 damage. Targets on fire take extra damage. So it empowers your power attacks. It like enchants your power attacks. And this works on top of whatever enchantment you might have on the weapon. Could use the smithing levels. Take the materials. It's awesome. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun to play with too. It has a little bit of an impact effect to it. So if you kill the enemy, it'll do like a little bit of a... It'll toss them a little bit, which is dramatic and awesome. Amber is rare. I'm going to keep it just in case there's something I can use from it. Apotheos armor has to go. Too heavy. All right. So now we have the fragments of Wuthrad. Let's head back to Jorvaskr. Whoa. Got stuck. All right. We're good. Okay. That was quite the dungeon crawl. That was a lot of fun. Made some good use of Phoenix Strike there. Blazing Strikes was awesome to use. Died once or twice, I think just the once. But, you know, we won't talk about that. Made use of the Shadow Dance spell from Triumvirate. This build is going to be cool. It's going to use a lot of different elements from a lot of different like mods, all coming together to form one character concept, and that's pretty cool to me.
The others have probably
It's gonna be a very unique build, I think.
Come up to the Sky Forge.
Unmatched mobility with fire spells, unarmed combat, and blade and whip combat. Really cool stuff. All right, we're getting close to the end here. I think we'll sit through Kodlak's funeral. Kodlak was a bit of a mentor to us, to Hanzo here, so this is gonna hit kind of hard for him.
Before the ancient flame,
We grieve.
The scene is really well done. It's short, but it's like poignant.
At this loss,
we weep.
we weep. For the fallen,
We shout.
And for ourselves, we take our
Take our leave.
This is like the small, extremely small, limited window of vulnerability that the companions allow themselves.
Of the circle, let us withdraw to the Underforge to grieve.
So very short, but still like poignant, and like if you are really absorbed in the story of it all.
Do you have
For the companions,
still?
like I said, to show this kind of vulnerability is like a big deal. They don't let it happen often or for very long, but when it does, it hurts. I return them with honor. Honor's a big thing for Hanzo at this point.
Don't get too flowery on me, lad. Of course, I have a small favor to ask of you. There's another piece that Kodlak always kept close to himself. Would you go to his chambers and bring it back for me? I'm not sure I'm the best one to go through his things.
Sure.
Thank you. I'll be here. My poor Fralia think Thorun's still alive, but I know better. Mm-hmm.
This is where you're supposed to find his journal, where he talks about not having been able to spend as much time with the new recruit, i.e. the player character, as he would have liked, but sensing a certain fate in him, a strength, and like he's going to be impactful in some way. It is kind of a shame that you don't get to spend more time with Kodlak. He's a great character. Kind of done dirty with how little bit of time he actually spends communicating with the character. I get the sense that there's a lot of wisdom to be able to impart there, but they just didn't have the time to include it for whatever reason. Got done dirty. All right, here we go. Am I taking this back to Eorland first? Yes. And then we go to the Underforge.
You're back.
Got the fragment.
Thank you. Your shield siblings have withdrawn to the Underforge. I think they're waiting for you.
All right. Let's go see what they want.
The old man had one wish before he died, and he didn't get it. It's as simple as that.
Being Moonborn is not so much of a curse as you might think, Vilkas.
That's fine for you, but he wanted to be clean. He wanted to meet Iskramor and know the glories of Sovngarde. But all that was taken from him.
And you avenged him.
Kodlak did not care for vengeance.
No, Farkas, he didn't. And that's not what this is about. We should be honoring Kodlak, no matter our own thoughts on the blood.
You're right. It's what he wanted. And he
Glad
deserved
Ayla
to
finally saw
used to
the right of it there.
Cleanse his soul, even in death. You know the legends of the tomb of Iskramor.
There, the souls of the Harbingers will heed the call of Northern Steel. We can't even enter the tomb without Wuthrad, and it's in pieces like it has been for 1,000 years.
And dragons were just stories, and the elves once ruled Skyrim. Just because something is, doesn't mean it must be.
Awesome entrance by the Chad Eorland, right?
Tools are meant to be broken and repaired.
Is that... Did you repair the blade?
This is the first time I've had all the pieces, thanks to our shield brother here. The flames of Hero can reforge the shattered. The flames of Kodlak shall fuel the rebirth of Wuthrad, and now it will take you to meet him once more. As the one who bore the fragments, I think you should be the one to carry Wuthrad into battle. The rest of you, prepare to journey to the tomb of Iskramor, for Kodlak.
Alrighty then. Okay, well, I think that about does it for this week. We got about 8 minutes left in my window here. Is his eyes open? Yeah, his eyes are open. So thank you all for joining me. I had a blast getting back to Hanzo here. He's a very fun character to play. Very much looking forward to sharing his full build once the play is done. But yeah, for content coming out this week, we have the top 4 plantable ingredients in Skyrim that also applies to vanilla, so look forward to that. I had a lot of fun making that video. That should be out Wednesday, I think, is my normal schedule. Video's done, just gotta whip up a thumbnail for it. And then next week, I think we will be back live streaming with the Stiger, Stormcloak Assassin. So I got to get that guy ready to go, ready for action for live streaming. We'll be doing some Nightblade / assassinating as a Nord with the Ritual Stone, perhaps. So that should be fun. Thank you everybody who joined. It was fun hanging out with you, as it always is. You know, I always say it. I love a time when I get to play some of my favorite game with some of my favorite people, and you guys qualify as that. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. All right, take care. Bye, guys.